Welcome back to Live United. Today we're talking about a program to help you better manage your money and meet your financial goals, like saving for retirement, paying college tuition, maybe even buying a house. It's called Making Wages Work, and it's part of the Financial Capability Network, which is a partnership between Wells Fargo and United Way. Joining me now is Yolanda Thomas Lester, a graduate of the program, Gene Cummings, a volunteer financial coach, and the Reverend James Talton, pastor of New Westside Baptist Church. He hosts several financial education classes at his church. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Yolanda, we'll start with you. Everybody's busy. We all have busy lives. Why did you take the time to go through a financial education program?
Well, it's important for me to know where my money is going, what I was doing with my money. So I have been thinking about, just bettering my finances and what I was doing with my finances. And it just I kind of fell into the program, just happened to be somewhere and learned about it. And I was like, okay, this might actually work for me to help me better my finances because I want to purchase a home and I want to improve my retirement.
So you're a young woman to be thinking about retirement, don't you think?
Yes, but that's important, and I don't want to wait till the last minute. So it was important for me to get a better understanding of my finances and what I needed to do so that when the time came for retirement, I was prepared.
Gotcha. How'd you even find out about the program?
I happened to be at an early education educators program that United Way was putting on. And thankfully, my boss sent me, and they were Miss Economy and Mr. Cody, they were there, and they were talking about the program. So I happened to stop by the session, sat in, and they were just giving us, how the program worked, what were the benefits, what it offered us. So I was like, okay, let me give this a shot. And I did, and I enjoyed it, and I learned a lot.
We'll come back to you in a second. Mr. Cummings, how'd you even decide that this is how you wanted to spend your time volunteering, being a financial coach?
Well, first of all, I've had experience that was not good for me when I was growing up, and as a result of that, I thought maybe that I could help someone along the way because I'd experienced it. But primarily, I got started basically because the minister of the church that I'm a member of was approached by someone from the United Way who happens to be Mr. I can't think of his name now, but anyway, from Making Wages Work. Wayne Dowdy is his name, as I recall. And my minister then introduced the two of us, and then we started working. Mr. Dowdy wanted to expand the coaching program at our congregation, so in order for me to get involved, I thought it was necessary that I attend a course to see what we would be participating in. And as a result of that, I attended the course and went through the course and became a coach. And based upon my life experiences and how I was raised, I thought it was necessary, now that I'm older, that I could come in and help people who actually had some struggles, and particularly those who may be coming to the church and in the community called the Atlanta Promise Neighborhood. So I just wanted to be sure I was ready to work with that group of individuals that lived in that area.
Well, what a powerful heart for service. Did you have a financial background at all to prepare you for this coaching experience?
Well, I'm a retired military person. I served in the Army, and I did run an insurance agency in California, so I became an agent and a broker. So I left there in 1988 and went back to graduate school at Michigan State University, then moved to Georgia and assisted farmers in their farm and home plan in southwest Georgia. So I had a lot of opportunities to work with farmers to get their financial plan in order. And as a result of that, I did have some experience to help me, and it's just a good marriage, I think.
But for other volunteers who might not have that same kind of background, do you think the training provides them enough education to be able to be a good coach?
I think that the training is there. We have to work out a mechanism by which we can intensify that to make all of the coaches as well as those who come to be coached comfortable with each other, and then that we can work together. I think we need to build trust and confidence in the program, and we all have to work together in that area.
Well, that's good advice for us. Yolanda, has the program changed your life at all?
It has. The personal relationship that I established with my coach, like the guest said, you know, building that trust, that helped me. He allowed me to see some areas that I needed to make some changes, some things that were working, and I didn't really need to make any change, but maybe tweak it a little bit so that I could be better. And it was a good opportunity for me. I not only learned a lot from my coach, but what I also learned allowed me to pay it forward and help some of my friends who were also going through financial struggles. And I was able to share what I learned and let them know, hey, we can do it together. So even though I haven't gone through the coaching program yet to become a coach, and that is one of my goals, but what I've learned through the coaching sessions has allowed me to help others. So it was well worth it for me.
That's great. You strike me, just in the short time we've been together, as a practical person. So I'll ask this question. Did you have to make any dramatic change in how you budget or how you spent money in order to get on track to those goals you set?
Honestly, I didn't, because prior to starting the coaching session, I had started just doing little things and making practical changes. Because it was prevalent so heavily on my mind to make changes financially, I kind of started working on it before I actually went through the program. So by the time I did get with my coach, the only thing we did was just tweak some areas. But yes, I am practical. I do work very hard to stick to my budget. I do use my coupons. And I honestly thought about some of the things that my coaches said at the time. You know, how does this benefit me? And if it's something I wanted to do, is this necessary, or is this just something that I want to do? Is it really a need? So that helped me out a lot, and it did make some great changes for me.
I hope you're still letting yourself have a little fun.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Just want to make sure. Now, Reverend Talton, you've got experience and education, at least in international economic development from Beulah University. You know, what's that meant to you as you've thought about how this is an important part of what you offer the congregation?
Well, it's helped a great deal in seeing the program with the United Way and Live United. It allowed me to be able to see sort of dreams that I envisioned while I was in school to actually come to pass, to be able to see community residents work together and be able to see a program that actually supports them and meets them where they are. You know, as clergy, that's one of the things that we always look for. We look for things that can meet our members where they are, and not just our members, but, you know, future members and just residents of society in general. You want to be able to see them to be able to operate at their best. And so when you see programs that will really help them, and then, as you mentioned, going to Beulah Heights University, I was able to study a lot, and, you know, reading all the books and getting all the education really helped. It really helped to make things go smoothly. Yeah.
So say a little bit more about why you think this is important for churches to get involved.
It's important for churches, first of all, because in certain areas, as it relates to church, stewardship is not really spoken about a whole lot. It's usually that creature or what have you that you would push in the corner or what have you. You say you might not want to touch it because it's so personal or what have you. But then we find a lot of times that our members actually are struggling in finances. A lot of them make the money or what have you, but have problems budgeting. And so a program like this actually helps, you know, to, regardless of what your income level actually honestly is, it really help you really prioritize and look at your finances, look at budgeting in order to be able to meet future goals.
Gotcha. So we've got time for one last question for each of you, and it's the same question. So I'll start with you, Mr. Cummings. Somebody sitting out in the audience watching this show, sitting on the fence, what do you tell them to get them off the fence and into the program?
Well, first of all, you've got to take an inventory of where you are and where you want to go, and then decide that you're going to do something about it. I think you should be attentive, but listen to what people say and what programs out there, study for yourself, make a decision, and get involved. You cannot change your situation unless you make an effort to do it. And when you have help out on the sideline that it can help you, I think you need to tune into it and get involved and work together with the people.
I hear you saying the folks out there, they know what they need, they know where to go, they just need to get up and get to it.
Yes.
So why is it important for churches, Reverend, to get involved?
It's important for churches because a lot of our communities deal with a lot of members or residents that are of the community. And so when churches get involved in programs like this with the United Way, it allows for members to really know how to better handle their finances. You know, that's one of the struggles that a lot of members face. You know, how do I handle my money? What do I do? You know, a lot of them will pay tithes, they'll pay offerings, but then when it comes to budgeting for those other things, that's where the stress comes in. So this program helps alleviate the stress.
Gotcha. So Yolanda, we've got time for one last question, and it's for you. And
Yes, sir.
it is, you got somebody sitting on the fence in 10 words or less. Tell them how to get off the fence and get involved.
Get involved so that you can be a better steward of your finances, so you can help your family as well as support the community.
Can't get better than that. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
So if you want to learn more about the Financial Capability Network, check out our income section of our United Way website, unitedwayatlanta.org. You can also email us at liveunited@unitedwayatlanta.org or tweet us at UnitedWayATL. Thanks for watching Live United. We'll see you next time.